Coming up on this week's news, the authors of the Wiring Regs step into the debate over who can remove the cutout fuse. Elon Musk's Tesla applies to sell electricity to householders in the UK, and the government proposes to ban the withholding of retention money. Welcome to Electrical News Weekly, whether you're listening in the van, on site, or down at the wholesale counter. I'm Joe Robinson, and I've been through the best of the electrical industry news to save you the trouble. And this week, the recording studio is being powered by our friends over at Consumer Unit World. With over 40 years of online selling experience, high stock levels of your favourite consumer units, including BG, they offer free next working day delivery on orders over £150 and love hearing from customers. So give them a call and speak to a real person. And this week's challenge word competition is supported by the good people at Brother. If you need a label, they've got a printer, and so much more. If you think you've spotted the two words that I've been challenged to slip into this week's show, comment with them below for the chance to win a prize. And while you're there, click the links to check out both Consumer Unit World and Brother. The authors of the Wiring Regs have stepped into the debate over who can remove the cutout fuse. The IET is intervening because it says there are multiple perspectives on the issues in the trade. That's a polite way of saying that electricians frustrated with delays and expense for their customers sometimes take matters into their own hands. The organisation admits there's not much guidance in the Wiring Regs about this issue. That's because the fuse is the property of the DSO and not technically the domain of the regs. The 17th edition of the regs did allow for its withdrawal for safe isolation if the DSO allowed it and the person doing so was authorised by them. For instance, Scottish and Southern Electricity Networks allows qualified installers to both withdraw and reinstate the fuse. It requires them to wear visors and electrically insulated gloves during the procedure. But the IET poses a philosophical question. Just because you can do something, should you? The organisation says there are times when you shouldn't because of the potential dangers. For instance, if there's any signs of interference with the security seal or signs of damage or distress such as overheating, then the withdrawal should not go ahead, and instead the issue should be reported to the DNO. In particular, the IET warns that there are issues with older black cutouts installed between 1967 and 1992. The type of plastic used included a special phenol which allows the unit to become conductive and produce excessive heat. This heat causes the material to break down over time and leaves an ash-like residue on the surface. This can conduct when wet in a phenomenon known as tracking. Tracking can in turn lead to electric shock, short circuits and even fires. The guidance here is that you should first test using a direct contact voltage indicator and then with a two-pole voltage indicator where a sustained voltage is present. However, if you come across cutouts installed before 1937, you need to inform the DNO immediately. It's under a legal obligation to remove them within a month because they have fused neutrals which leave the line conductor energised when they rupture. You'll also need to report any cutouts you find with asbestos components. These include flashguards inside fuse carriers. Don't attempt any work yourself as you could disturb the cancer-causing fibres and release them into the atmosphere. Finally, the IET warns about cutout fuses in flats. Often the ground floor flat has two or more supplying the flats above, and it's not always clearly or correctly installed. And this isn't always a safety concern. Cutting off power can often have financial consequences. The IET strongly recommends the use of safe isolation providers, or SIPs. These are organisations who are authorised to do things like withdraw the cutout fuse, change the terminals and meter tails, and install an isolator switch if necessary. Contractors can, in theory, become SIPs, but it's hugely bureaucratic and, you've guessed it, expensive. I've put a link to the full advisory in the show notes. One of the people you might be asking for permission to pull the service fuse in the future is no less a figure than Elon Musk. That's because the world's richest man has applied to become a household electricity supplier in Britain. Tesla wants a licence so it can take on Octopus Energy and British Gas. The company already operates as an energy supplier in Texas under the name Tesla Electric. It sees opportunities to combine its electric cars, chargers and Powerwall battery packs with supply to UK households. Currently, Tesla is partnering with Octopus so that Powerwall owners can sell surplus power to the grid. The decision to grant a licence remains with the energy regulator Ofgem, and a decision is expected in the autumn. In other news, the government is proposing to ban the practice of retention. This is when builders typically withhold 5% of a contract value for 6 months, a year, or even longer. They say it's to cover them so that defects get addressed, but it causes cash flow problems for subcontractors such as electrical firms. Also, if the Tier 1 company goes bust, they can lose their money. The trade hates it more than an Oompa Loompa hates Augustus Gloop and wants it banned. The government is considering either a ban or introducing a form of protection so that the money is still available in the case of main contractor insolvency. It's now launched a consultation on retention and the whole issue of late payments. I've put a link to the consultation in the show notes. Now, welcome to our Electrical News Weekly feature where we focus on a specific product area. This week we're going green with power, renewables and solar. Big news here if you're in South Wales. That's because HDM Solar has opened its latest branch in Port Talbot. The 17,500 square foot premises is chock-a-block with kit from big name brands including Solis, Sunsync, Rolec and Growatt. They also have experts if you need any technical advice on a project. HDM offers same day and next day delivery using its own vans. There's a battery clinic designed to help you resolve specific issues, and a tech expert is available to support installers. The company also offers power purchase agreements for electrical contractors via its sister firm HDM Energies. Under these schemes, your client pays no upfront costs but commits to buying the power from the PV install over time. There are other branches in Hull, Sheffield, Bournemouth and Basildon. Hit the link in the show notes for more info. Iconic American toolmaker Klein has unveiled a dedicated toolkit for photovoltaic projects. The KTS TK6 was designed in collaboration with solar installers and features kit ranging from MC4 connector wrenches to precision wire strippers, as well as cutters, crimpers and a socket set. There's no fillers, says Klein. Everything has earned its place. The kit includes a shock-absorbing tool lanyard, tested to international standards, which helps prevent drop tools, protecting both the installer and those below. Unlike other kits that come in bulky hard cases, Klein's features a rugged zipper pouch. It's compact, water resistant and designed to stand upright for easy access. The KTS TK6 is available at CEF. SAJ is showcasing its new HS3 home battery pack, hailed as the most compact 6-in-1 residential energy storage system in its class. At just 17 centimetres thick, the HS3 is designed to fit effortlessly into any space, including crowded garages, compact indoor areas or outdoor installations. Its sleek, timeless design complements a wide variety of home interior styles, ensuring it enhances rather than disrupts the look of a living space. The HS3 doesn't compromise on performance either. It offers a scalable capacity from 5 kilowatt hours up to 40 kilowatt hours and supports a peak input current of 20 amps. A built-in DC-DC optimizer allows safe mixing of new and existing batteries, giving homeowners long-term flexibility. With 20 years of industry experience, SAJ continues to lead in residential energy storage, supported by a knowledgeable local technical team in the UK. The HS3 is compact, powerful and ready to meet the demands of modern homes. Testing expert Fluke is this summer raising the importance of appropriately rated kit for solar jobs. It says knowing which category and voltage ratings are needed can make the difference between a safe project and one fraught with risk. CAT ratings reflect a tool's ability to withstand transient high voltage spikes. For photovoltaic arrays, industrial kit or three-phase jobs, you'll need a CAT 3 tester. A 600 volt CAT 3 will suffice for residential rooftop installs, but for commercial projects you'll need the 1000 volt version. As you'd imagine, Fluke has shed loads of options covering all the bases. For household jobs, there's the 117 multimeter, which is rated CAT 3 600 volts and ideal for troubleshooting lower voltage systems. Complementing that in the CAT 3 600 volt format is the 325 clamp meter. Next up is the T6 1000 tester, which, as you've probably guessed, is rated at 1000 volts and so suitable for small commercial solar inverter outputs. In the same rating is also a multifunction PV tester and performance analyzer and an insulation multimeter. Midsummer Energy is currently promoting its free software, dubbed Easy PV, which is designed to help electricians move into solar. It can help you master the sometimes complex process of project design, as well as optimize your solar setup. It creates solar array systems, generates comprehensive system specifications, and manages documentation. You can also evaluate the effect of any shading, calculate the array weight and wind loading, and share project info with your team and your customer. And finally, thanks to a seamless one-stop shop, you can get all the necessary kit. Solis, one of the most frequently installed solar inverter brands in the UK, offers a single-phase inverter for areas with no power network or that suffer frequent outages. It's compatible with generators, so you can go fully off-grid. The product supports parallel operation up to 6 units, and you can scale the system up to 30 kilowatts. It has a one-click fast charging mode, 10 seconds of 200% overload capability, and multiple battery options. It integrates lashings of protections, and there's fault monitoring to ensure the safety of the batteries, and it's pretty smart looking too. The link is in the show notes. The Smile G3 from Alpha ESS is a powerful and seamless combined battery and inverter for residential battery storage installation. The series provides fantastic choice in modular options, all backed by Alpha ESS UK's customer care and dedicated installer technical support. There's a single-phase system ranging from 3.6 to 8 kilowatts and three-phase options from 10 kilowatts up to 20 kilowatts. The batteries are high voltage from 4 kilowatt hours to 10 kilowatt hours and including expansion options up to 60 kilowatt hours. The sleek modular design means you can install its building block style with the advantage of plug-and-play connections to make it super easy. It has a 200% array oversizing, and you can connect a generator for dual power supply options. The Alpha ESS Smart App makes it easy for the customer to take advantage of dynamic tariffs and monitor, control, and optimize the energy system anytime, anywhere. It's powerful, intuitive, and lifetime free for customers. Finally, the Smile G3 is rated at IP65, so you can install it in outdoor and semi-outdoor locations according to the guidance. All of this, and it looks really sharp. In fact, the styling is echoed across the battery and the single-phase Smile G3 EV charge point as well, to give you a great-looking combo installation. The Smile G3 feels designed and engineered for how we use energy today and ready for the future. To find out more about Alpha ESS UK and the Smile G3, along with connecting with them to become an authorised installer partner, click the links in the show notes. Longi's EcoLife series redefines premium residential solar with industry-leading efficiency, delivering up to 510 watts from just over 2 meters squared, an exceptional 250 watts per square meter, and a record 27% cell efficiency and 25% module efficiency. Built on heterojunction and back contact technology, which moves the electrical contacts to the back of the panel, removing areas that would previously block sunlight. That's great news for installs with limited roof space, while its sleek, all-black design integrates seamlessly into modern rooftops. Engineered for longevity, it withstands up to 4 meters of snow, hurricane-level winds, and carries a Class A fire rating, backed by a 30-year power and materials warranty. This isn't just next generation, it's game-changing. You know where to find the link. That's our Electrical News Weekly roundup of products or people that we think deserve some attention. Next time, we're taking care of safety. Now it's that great moment where we get to celebrate the sterling work being done by the next generation. Our learner of the week this week is Sam Ford. Sam's mum, Ronnie, works for Marshall Tufflex. She came to one of our College Connections roadshows hosted by Gary. It must have struck a chord because Sam did many of the things that Gaz suggested. He's joined LinkedIn and started to showcase the hard work he's been putting in at East Sussex College Group. Sam highlights some of his practical work from the college workshop, and he's been picking up extra CPD certificates through eFIXX too, all of which are now proudly featured on his profile. If you think you have any apprenticeship openings for Sam, especially in the Hastings, Battle and Bexhill areas, please get in touch with us via the show notes. On eFIXX News this week, our live stream show eFIXX TV is back with a bang, and this time we're playing host to Ajax, who are going to be talking about all things fire and security. They're quietly just changing the game for fire alarm systems, so that's definitely worth tuning into. We're also hoping that they support their namesake football team from Amsterdam. This worked so much better as a segue on paper. Ajax. That's because the new football season kicked off this weekend, and with it our new fantasy football league supported by the good folks at TIS, Marshall Tufflex and EV Blocks. Our very own Skinhead and Big Deal will be updating us on the first game week as part of the live stream. If you haven't already signed up, you'll find links in the show notes, and it's worth being involved as Nipex are giving away a free tool every game week and the ultimate prize of a fully loaded tool backpack for the season winner. So if you think you can take on my team, the mighty Test Leeds United, and to be honest, you probably can, then click the link and let the banter begin. And just before we get to your favourite bit of the show where I reveal last week's challenge words and winners, we want to thank our premium partners. We couldn't make the news without you. First up, they're the people who've created the Swiss Army knife of solar inverters along with all-weather batteries, very much the Boy Scouts of the solar industry. It's SunSync. Up next, for all your circuit protection needs, they're like having an Italian star striker in your Premiership team. It's Ludum Palazzoli. With their new award-winning Lumo consumer unit and offering complete product support from their highly trained team, it's CPNQDIS. And with over 5,000 product lines from heating, lighting, ventilation to wiring accessories, if you need it, they've got it. It's electrical distributor CED Group. And the best thing to come out of Yorkshire since stainless steel, the home of EV Ultra and other groundbreaking and quality products, it's Doncaster Cables. Click the links in the show notes to find out more about these great brands. If you think you know the words that I've smuggled into this week's show, pop your guess into the comments. We'll take all the correct guesses and select one at random to be the winner of an eFIXX goodie bag prize. Answers submitted after about lunchtime on the Thursday after release will not be entered into the draw. Now let's reveal the winners of last week's challenge word competition, as sponsored by Brother. Remember, if you need a label, they've got a printer and so much more. Click the link in the description to view their incredible range, including this rather lovely and upgraded E560. Last week's words were cuckoo and couloir, and as far as I can see, only one person across all platforms actually got it right, and that was Roy Cadge. The spelling on YouTube's closed captions was painfully off, but not to worry, Roy, you literally stand alone this week. Excellent work. Click the Get Involved link in the show notes to claim your prize. This week, the recording studio has been powered by our friends over at Consumer Unit World with their 40 years of online selling experience, high stock levels of great brands like BG, free next working day delivery on orders over 150 quid, and exceptional exceptional customer support. They're worth checking out at the link in the show notes. Thanks for listening to this episode of Electrical News Weekly. Make sure you subscribe to receive the next update. Thanks for listening, and until next time, have a great week. Stay safe out there, and remember, there's no such thing as a torque calibrated arm.